Article 11. Roughing the passer. Because the act of passing often puts the quarterback, or any other player attempting a pass, in a position where he is particularly vulnerable to injury, special rules against roughing the passer apply. The referee has principal responsibility for enforcing these rules. Any physical act against passers during or just after a pass which, in the referee's judgment, is unwarranted by the circumstances will be called as fouls. The referee will be guided by the following principles. 3. In covering the passer's position, referees will be particularly alert to fouls in which defenders impermissibly use the helmet and or face mask to hit the passer, or use his hands, arms, or other parts of his body to hit the passer in the head, neck, or face. A defensive player must not use his face mask or other part of his helmet against a passer who is in a virtually defenseless posture. For example, A. Forcibly hitting the passer's head, neck, or face with the helmet or face mask, regardless of whether the defensive player also uses his arms to tackle the passer by encircling or grasping him, or B. Lowering the head and violently and unnecessarily making forcible contact with the hairline or forehead part of the helmet against any part of the passer's body. This rule does not prohibit incidental contact by the mask or non-crown parts of the helmet in the course of a conventional tackle on a passer. A defensive player must not launch himself, spring forward and upward, into a passer, or otherwise strike him, in a way that causes the defensive player's helmet or face mask to forcibly strike the passer's head, neck, or face, even if the initial contact of the defender's helmet or face mask is lower than the passer's neck. Examples: A. A defender buries his face mask into a passer's high chest area, but the defender's trajectory, as he leaps into the passer, causes the defender's helmet to violently strike the passer in the head or face. B. A defender, using a face-on posture or with head slightly lowered, hits the passer in an area below the passer's neck, then the defender's head moves upward, resulting in strong contact by the defender's mask, or helmet with the passer's head, neck, or face. One example of this is the so-called dip and rip technique. 4. A defensive player is prohibited from clubbing the arm of a passer during a pass or just after a pass has been thrown. However, a defensive player may grasp, pull, or otherwise make normal contact with the passer's arm in an attempt to tackle him. Note 1. If in doubt about a roughness call or potentially dangerous tactic on the quarterback, the referee should always call roughing the passer. Once again, if in doubt about a roughness call or potentially dangerous tactic on the quarterback, the referee should always call roughing the passer. Penalty: for roughing the passer, loss of 15 yards from the previous spot, disqualification, if flagrant.